stop recording. So now that we have to, so we have to make a function for buying turrets. Here we get the price of the turret. Then we check if we can afford it, and now we want to spawn it and be able to move it with the mouse. So here in our variables, we want to create a game object. Game object, and maybe we don't even need the whole object. We only need the transform. So the transform of the turret that we buy. So here we say current turret, and here when we spawn it, we say current turret is equal. We spawn the turret. Yes, not current array, sorry, here the turret array. So we spawn from the array, then the position will be the mouse position, but let's see how to get that first. So let's see, 2D mouse position in world space Unity. See how to do that first. Okay, camera screen to world point. Okay, yes, okay. Mouse position in world space, that's what we need. Okay, so here we need to have that position. So first we convert the position on the screen of the mouse to the world position, and then because see here we convert it to a vector 2, but I don't think we need that. We just need to make sure that on the Z it is 0, and to make sure, well, first let's test it. Let's use it like this. So this is world point of mouse. So we spawn it at the mouse, then the rotation is this means 0 on all axis, like this. And now you see you said current turret is equal to this, so now we need to get the transform of this object after we spawn of the turret. And now while we have a turret, we want that turret to move with the mouse. So here in the update function, we do not have an update function. We'll create it now. So this happens every frame. And here we want to move that to the mouse position. So that current, first we check if we have one. So if the current turret is different than null, so if it exists, then current turret position equal to that mouse position, but here we have to calculate that every frame. Like this. So first we calculate the position, and then we set it to the position, and this will stop when you no longer have that turret. And now let's go to the prefab of the turret, because first of all it is not a prefab. I did not save it as a prefab. So we want the transparency of this to be lower, and also we want some indication that this is placeable or not. And to do that, we will create here um, we call this placeable effect. We'll add a sprite render, and we want to make sure that this is below the turret, or in the layer, or in the render order. Let's go in the scene to the turret and see. Here we have -1. I guess we can place the effect on -2, but we have no sprite here. Let's see, we have square sprite, yes, like this. But this is now below below the ladder. So let's go to that ladder. We call it a turret holder. It is on -2. We'll place it instead on -3, and on -2 we'll have the this effect, but this will also not be completely opaque. Make it slightly transparent. Something like this. Now we'll save some colors, because we want this effect to be white while we hold the turret in space. Red if we cannot place it, and then we want green if it is placeable. And we will also want some UI to be able to delete turrets, or maybe not delete, either delete or sell. We'll think about that. But first, let's save some colors here in the game manager. We make a public color array. So placeable color, place colors, and now we just go to the editor, and we need the white, green and red. We copy this code here, hexadecimal, to the game manager here. So we need 3 colors, and when you do this, you must also modify the alpha to the correct value, because by default it's 0. Let's see what on the placeable effect, something like this. Okay. And now red. Something like this. Okay. And now that we have the colors, let's create the logic for this. But first, this turret here, we want some sort of UI here, and also here on the turret. Well, I had another idea for this. We want some UI on this turret, so we can be able to sell it. So let's create. I learned this recently. You can create a canvas, and then here you can say this is on world space. Okay. And we want this to be above everything, so let's say like 10 or something. We want to resize this because it's huge, and now I think it's too small. Wait 1 second. Yes, you see, and this is our canvas now. We want this slightly above the turret like this, and we will need some icon for this. So in this canvas we want to create an image, okay, like this, and this will be the button to delete the turret. For that, let's see, show trash icon. We need something like this, but transparent. Okay, see if this is free. Says attribution required, but I'll take it anyway. And now let's go to sprites and add this trash icon. Now that we have it, we can place it on the UI like this. And here it should have an option called preserve aspect, always, so that the proportions are the same as the image. Okay, and we'll call this delete button, and by default this will be inactive. And not only that, the whole canvas will be inactive. Call this turret canvas. So only when we click on the turret, then this option will appear. Also, the placeable effect should be by default disabled. And also the turret should be a little bit transparent when we try to bite. Okay, so something like this by default. Okay, now let's see. So we move the turret, and now if we click on if you click and the turret is placeable on these holders here. We have some colliders, empty colliders. So we want to raycast every frame basically, and we need we also need that effect on the turret to be able to modify it. So here, instead of the transform, we'll say turret like this. And here in our code, when we buy the turret, since this is no longer a transform, we want to get that component. So get component turret, and all turrets will have this effect. So here in our turret script, we can add that effect. Public. It is a sprite renderer. Place effect. Sprite ren. Oh, just leave it like this. And here we want to have a function called public void change color, and here we want to know which color. So int color index, and then this place effect color. equal to sorry, not the color index, but the actual color. So color. Here we change the color, and then we want at some point to change the so we'll call this on void on place turret. So when we place the turret, and when we place the turret, we also want the renderer of the turret. So here a public, this one can be private sprite renderer, turret sprite renderer, and serial field means you can show it in the inspector, and you'll get this in the start function. And we need this because we want to change the opacity, the alpha, to 1, so completely opaque. So on turret place we want that turret sprite renderer color equal to and if I'm not I believe it is white, completely white, and this should work. But the other way is to create a new color with the same RGB, and then on the alpha you put 1, but I believe this is the same. Let's see that. Let's see if that is the case. Yes, it seems to be the case. Okay. And now in our game manager, while we are holding a turret, and also here we have to say transform now, because this is now the turret script. And while we do this, we want also to raycast, and for that I have a script here saved. So raycast 2D. Okay. And this time we want to so let's comment this first. So here, while we are holding a turret, then move turret to mouse position in world space, and then here we raycast for turret holder. Okay, I copy pasted this. This is the length. Let's call this array length. And I'm not sure if this matters because we'll use vector to 0 this time, and we want the position of the mouse in world space. So this world point of mouse, we place this here as the starting point of the array. Then vector 0, so exactly at that position. Then the array length, I don't know if this matters, and we want to target only those holders on the ladder here. And I created a tag for this, but we will need a layer for this. This turret holder, and now on those holders we want to select that layer. Okay. Okay. Now we just need, yes, we placed that layer. And in our script we'll create here something called a layer mask. So we select only certain layers. We call this turret holder layer. And here when we create a raycast, at the end we specify that layer. So we only target turret holders with this raycast. Okay, let's delete this and create that layer mask first. So let's go to the game manager. You should see this layer here when we select turret holder. And okay, so now if we hit and this is different than null, so we hit a turret holder, we want to know if that turret holder is empty. So to do that, we take the object and check well, we don't want to, ideally we don't want to get the script of the turret holder every frame, because that's not very efficient. So for that we'll create here something called public turret holder current turret holder, and here we say that this is equal to collider, sorry, not collider, hit collider, and then we get the component, so the script turret holder, and so here we'll check if we, so if we'll check if current turret holder is equal to this, but wait, this is, one second, I'm trying to make this efficient. Yes, so here we check if this current turret holder is equal to hit collider, and the whole wait, yes, so not turret holder, we make a game object. So here we just save the whole game object like this. So in other words, if sorry, not equal, so not equal to this. So if we have a new current, we have a new turret holder, then we save it, and now we check if it is empty. So here current if current turret holder get component, turret holder is empty. So if it is empty, then we want to change the color of the turret. But see, we need to save this the turret holder in a variable. So turret holder script equal to like this, and then we use it in the ifs like this. But we need to say turret holder. Okay. So if it's empty, that current turret we have that change color, and we'll change the color to colors, so turret colors, sorry, place colors, called it place colors. The first is white, I believe, the second green, and the last is red, but let's check. Yes, so here if it is placeable, then the green one, else, so if it's not placeable, it is red. And if we don't hit anything while the raycasting, so else here and here, so if we don't raycast turret, if raycast doesn't hit anything, then we want our current turret holder to be null, and also we want to change that color of the place effect to white, so 0. Okay, and now we also want to check, so here when we click, if input get mouse button down, and then I'm not sure which one is, but we'll test this, just say 0. And now we need to know if we have a turret first. So if we are holding a turret, so if current turret different than null, and then we need to know if we can place it. So here let's create a bool for that. Public, in this case private, bool is turret is placeable. By default this is false, and here when it is placeable, so if the turret holder script is empty, here we want to say turret is placeable, so it's true, and if it's not, then this is false. And here we want to do two things. First, we need to make sure we are holding a turret, and then we need to make sure that we have the turret holder script. So also the turret, but you see yes, so here the current turret holder, if this is also different than null, and now we need to know, but this is very complicated. Let's save this turret holder script here, and we say current turret, like this. So we'll save this instead. I'm not sure if this is optimal. Okay, and now let's replace this here. So if these two are different than null, and now we need to know if it is if it is placeable. So if turret is placeable, and also wait, we don't need to do all this. We just need so this was unnecessary. We just need to know if it is placeable. So it is placeable like this. And here, well, if we don't hit anything, we also want to say that the turret is not placeable. So this is false. So if you have a turret and it is placeable, we place it. So first, the current turret will be null, so we are not holding the turret. That's the last thing actually we need to do. Also, this will be false at the end. And we need to place it as child of that turret holder. So now we say current turret transform parent turret current, or wait, how did we call this? Current turret holder. Okay. Transform. So now that turret becomes child of the turret holder. Then we need to place it at the 0 position relative to the holder. So current the turret that transform local position is now vector 30. So let's comment this make turret child of turret holder, place it at 0 on our axis relative to parent. And now we want to say to so that the turret holder script will not be empty anymore. So let's get the current turret holder script is empty. It is false now. Okay, and also we want to change the color of the turret here. See, on place turret we want this function, and so current turret dot this function, and we want to disable that effect. So current turret place effect enabled is false, so we disable that effect. And this should work. Let's see. Let's say that the price of the turret is 0. Okay. And in the prefabs we want to have turret folder, turrets. Okay, let's save this as a prefab. Can delete it now. We add it to our array of turrets. Okay, and now let's go to our UI, turret button. Now here we want to change that image to the turret image. Okay, okay. See, now we have that image. For now it will be free for testing purposes. Let's go to the turret, make sure the price is 0. Okay, and yes, here we want a couple of things. We get the turret sprite renderer by script, but we want that effect here, placeable effect, and by default this will be enabled, because when we spawn we have this effect, but the color is not red, it is white. Okay, and maybe let's increase that alpha of the turret, so 0.7, maybe even more, like this. And on that button we want to use the function from the game manager called on click turret, and we want this index, and now it's time to test and see if this works. Now when we click the button we should have the turret attached to the mouse, so let's click. Yes, it is, but you see it shoots, okay, because we don't have anything to control that the shooting. Okay, so here we want to have that bull, public bull can shoot, and by default it is false. And when we place it here on place turret, this is true. But actually let's not do it like this. Let's just, or never mind, we need to do it like this. Okay, and now here in our turret form, so this is the behavior for this turret. Here we want a reference of that turret script. Turret script, because we want to control the shooting while we place turrets. So in the stand function we get we use the get component function to get the script. And now that we have it, let's see. Yes, so we don't start this coroutine here in the start function. We start it when we can shoot. So here update if turret script can shoot, then we say that can shoot is false, and then we start and we say that this is false, so it happens only once. We only start this coroutine once. Okay, but not can shoot, turret script can shoot. Okay, let's test and see that if this works. Okay, but we have a problem here. We do not see the turret. Wait, sorry, my bad. For some reason we do not see it in the game scene, but it is visible in the scene panel, and I wonder where that spawned. Okay. Yes, you see here we have a problem because the z-axis is -10, and to solve that here in our game manager, here when we created the position of the mouse, we have to say that z is 0, so we take this, call this new world world point of mouse, new vector 3. We maintain the x, we maintain the y, and 0 on the z axis. Now we'll take this and here when we create that, we'll use this, and now we should be able to see the turret in both the scene and the game. Okay, we still have a problem. Let's see why. Yes, you see it is still -10. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Yes, see here, this is the problem. I used the incorrect variable, not the first position, but the new world point here. Let's see, and now we have it. Let's make sure we can place it. You see this the color changes, you see, when we are on the placeholder, and if you click, we should be able to see. Now we have the turret, and if you take a new one and try to put it here, it will be red. See, so now we can place turrets, but we also want to be able to delete those turrets. So here in our prefab we have that button, but wait, yes, this is not a button. We need to so we don't need an image, we need a button here. Okay, okay, I'll delete this, and now we need a button. Okay, we'll delete the text from the button. Now let's rescale this. Place that image. Delete button of the trash. So trash in, how is it called? Here in sprites, we'll just drag it here instead, because how is it wrong? Preserve aspect, of course. Maybe change the position a little bit. Okay, and by default this is disabled. And here when we click here in the game manager, if the turret is here we want if the turret sorry, we need to raycast here, but only if current turret is null. Okay, so here if current turret is null, so we don't hold the turret, we want when we click only, so see here is input get mouse button down, so if you click we want to raycast for turrets, and we want to do this to enable the delete button. But first let's see if the turret is in a layer. It is not, so we have to create a layer for the turrets. Say it's turret. Okay, and you see this turret does not have a collider, so we cannot raycast. So we need to create a 2D box collider 2D and say it is trigger. Make sure that the size is equal to the turret, like this. And make sure that it is in the turret layer. And here, when we raycast, we only want to raycast the turret. And here we have a layer mask for turret. Here we'll create another layer mask turret layer. And now we go to the game manager. Where is it? Game manager. And here we want to only target turrets with this. We'll copy the raycast from the previous code, like this. So if we do not hold the turret, we raycast, and we raycasted the mouse, of course. So to do that, we need the position. We'll copy these lines here. So first we need to get the position of the mouse in world space. And here we'll I guess we can reuse this, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we can reuse. Yes. Oh, wait, we cannot. I don't know, I'm not sure if you can use it or not. I'll just call this world point, and here just a new world point. And the length, since we raycasted the mouse, this doesn't matter that much. Call this length. Okay, raycast hit turret. Here the turret, so basically this means we start at the mouse position, raycast exactly at that point with a certain length. This doesn't matter since it's a point, and then the turret, we target only turrets. So here if we hit something, we only want to enable that button. So here to do that, we want here in our turret, all turrets will have that public game object turret canvas. And now I guess that's all we need. Now we can go to our turret prefab, and in our turret script we drag that wait, what's happening here? Oh, what? There's an error somewhere and I'm not sure. Let's see. Expected. Yes. I'm not sure what happened here. There's an error somewhere here. Yes, here there's a curly bracket missing. Now that it compiles, we can drag that canvas on our script, on our turret script. So let's drag that here. Now that we have it in, when we click on a turret we can enable that. So hit turret, and let's create here another variable here, not current turret but selected turret, and here we want to say that if selected turret is different than null. Well, actually, not really. We just need to say hit turret. Selected turret is hit turret dot get component. Sorry, not collider, but get component turret. So on click we say that that turret is selected, and if that turret's turret canvas active self is true. Oh, wait. Yes. So if it is inactive, sorry. If it's inactive, we activate it. Selected turret set active. Sorry, not turret, but turret canvas. Set active true. And else, if it is already active, we want to deactivate it. So false. And then we can make that selected turret. We can make it null. Okay. Okay, and also here we also, if we click, if we click and there's nothing there, so else here, let's comment this. So if we click on turret, and here if we click on nothing, then we want we have the turret in if we have a turret. So here if selected turret is different than null, so if we click the turret and then we click on nothing, then we want to do this here. So stop, disable the button, and also the turret becomes null. And we need the function to delete that turret. Okay, so here let's say public void delete a turret, but in this case yes, we should have that delete function here in the turret. Public void destroy turret. Here just destroy game object. and now we can go to our button in the prefab of the turret and place that function there. And also when we do this, we want to set that holder to empty. And to do that, here before we destroy, we get the parent. Transform parent get component turret holder is now empty. Sorry, is empty is true before we delete it. And we want to attach this to our button on the turret. So prefabs turrets. Let's select the main object. Sorry, the delete button. Add the function here. Scene. So the turret, and then destroy turret. And now we should be able to destroy turrets. Let's test and see. And for some reason this is already enabled, and now I click and it is not disabled, which is odd. Yes, let's check that in our game manager here. If we click nothing, okay, let's try again, see exactly what happens here. Okay, let's try again. Okay, and now if I click on it again, I click on it and it does not disable the canvas. So let's see why. Okay, let's see the local active state. Let's say it like this. If this is false, then we enable it, and if it is true, then we disable it. And as well, if we click on nothing, I'm not sure why this is happening. Okay, let's look at that game manager. Select a turret so we have a turret here. Okay, so if you click on nothing, and the turret is different than null, then we say that canvas is we disable the canvas, and then we say that the turret is null. So here, for some reason, we do not this is not happening here. Okay, let's stop this and make some debugs. So let's say here debug log clicked on nothing. Okay, is an ambiguous between system diagnostic and why do we have system diagnostic here? I'm not sure, but this should be Unity engine that debug. and now we can see if we enter that else. Okay, should make this small. Yes, we do not enter that. We do not enter that. Okay. Well, okay. Let's look over the code. So if we click and we do not have a, we have a turret and it is placeable. We place it. If we do not have a turret, then we recast the mouse. Yes, I see the problem. Here you see this. This is just a new world point, not off mouse. That was the issue. So we can delete it, but you see still if I click on it, it is not working. So let's see that here. New world point, of course. Yes. Um, we do not enter this else. So this is always something. So we hit something. And let's see first that make sure that this is the turret layer. It is only the turret here. So the turret layer, and then well, let's make sure we enter this at least. Let's just delete that and say debug. Turret is null and see if we enter this one. And let's check that. Yes, we do enter this one, and let's see if we enter it twice just to make sure. No, only once actually. Something is blocking my click on this. Okay, and I don't think it's the canvas. Okay, and also not the turret holder because this is in the turret holder layer and we are targeting only turrets. But you see now, even if I click here, oh sorry, here in the game, now it doesn't work. So basically this works only once for some reason, and that only can happen if the current turret is something. So let's check if that is the case. It is not. it is nothing. So I'm not sure why I cannot click on the turret. Let's make sure that this turret is in the correct layer, and also um, yes, it is in the correct layer. So I'm not sure exactly what is happening here, because I click on it and the button should disappear, and not only that, but we should see a message here in the console. I'm not sure what is happening. And let's see, now that I deleted it, let's see that game manager, make sure everything is correct. Yes, so now the selected turret is is null now, which is correct. So I'm not sure what is happening. Okay, let's try one more time. Maybe if I place it in a different spot, I don't think that matters, but okay, I see. Okay, let's wait some time before we can click on the turret, and we don't need to wait much time, just a couple of frames possibly, maybe short amount of time. So here we'll say public bool is clickable, and by default this is false. And now here we'll create a coroutine, enable make a turret clickable, and here we wait for seconds, a short amount of time, like 10% of a second, and then we say that this is clickable is true. And now here in our game manager, when we try to, we first check, so we check if we hit something, and then we only enable this if it is clickable. So here if sorry, first we get the turret in the turret script in a variable, and then we check if it is clickable, and only if it is clickable we do this. Okay, and then this is correct. And now when we place the turret on the turret holder, we should see the button disabled, not enabled anymore. See, now that button does not appear, but you can see still I click on it, and nothing happens. Let's make sure the first thing we need to make sure is that the position of the mouse is, but you see the problem is we don't even enter this let's just say else here. Just say else. Wait, no, we cannot say else. So for some reason there is something in this current turret. And I'm not sure why it's not working, because this if happens first, and you see here we make it null when we place it, and for some reason I do not enter this if. it only happens once. Okay, let's place it one more time. And now it enters it, but it shouldn't because wait, sorry, I pressed this incorrectly. This, wait, and see, now I click and nothing happens. And I'm not sure why this happens, because see, this is null now. Why it doesn't let me click? Let's see that turret in the scene. So we know that well, one problem, you can see we have a problem here, because the turret holder should be, oh wait, that is correct. So we know that is not the box collider of the turret holder, because we only target turrets. Okay. So the canvas is disabled, should not block recast. So I don't know why this is not working. Why doesn't it let me click on it? Okay, let's do it another way, I guess. We'll do it another way, I guess. Okay, let's copy this part here, and instead, oh wait, I don't think this matters. I don't think. Okay, I think we'll stop for today, and I'll think about why this is not working, and tell you tomorrow why this happened, because I'm not sure why this is happening. It is very odd that this if doesn't happen. Current turret is null. Let's check what is current turret. It is a script, and it is null, and it still doesn't let me click. So current turret is null. Now I also want to know if it enters this one here, so if it is clickable. I want to know if this happens. Okay, so here we say this, and here we say selected turret is clickable. As you can see, most of the time in making games is solving the bugs. That's the problem. Okay, let's see if we enter that. We do not, and that is good, because the turret is not clickable. But let's see if you enter it now. No, and I don't know why that happens. Current turret, okay, it's null. I have no idea why this is happening. Mm. Could be a problem here with vector. Let's see if that is correct. Doesn't seem to be an issue here. Let's compare it to the first one. But you see, yes, I'm not sure what is the issue. Okay, so let's say here, let's say if current turret, okay, if this is if it is different than null, then we just return, and then this will be, and let's create two functions here. So we'll call this void select turret. Inside here we place the logic. Okay, so this is select turret. This, and here select turret, and let's see if this works. So if the turret, current turret, so if we hold the turret here, we return. So this function doesn't happen. And let's see if that is better. Okay, since it is still very buggy, you cannot click it, and it is interesting because this should be null because we placed the turret. It's very odd. Oh wait, yes, that makes sense actually. I see. Okay. Let's do this instead of when we place the other mouse button. Okay. So this, instead we'll do it we'll do it in the we'll do it on the other mouse button just to see if that helps. So instead, input get mouse button down 1, and here if you do not hold the turret, then we select it, and one part here, well, I guess it works like this. Let's see, should work. So now we can use the other mouse button for selecting it, and I press it and it still does not happen. So first thing we need to make sure is that Unity mouse get mouse button, make sure we know which button is one. So this is right click, it is correct. So there's it seems to be a problem with the position seems to be a problem. Wall point X, wall point Y, then 0. So we start from the point of the mouse. Okay. If this collider is different than null, so we hit something that is turret, then selected turret becomes the turret script, and only if it is clickable, make sure that this is clickable. Should be. Oh wait, I made a mistake, a big mistake here. We need to start the coroutine. Okay. So after the turret, wait, not like this when it is placed. So here on place turret, here we want to enable to make it clickable. So basically we wait some time after we place it and then it becomes clickable. I guess that was the problem. Okay. Now we click. I try right click, but it still does not work. Okay, let's make sure that it is clickable first in the turret script. Yes, here you see it is clickable, so that is not the issue. We do not enter this function at all. So this means that this is true. There is something here in this. So different than null. So there is something. Then we return. Okay. Then what is the issue? I don't understand. I have no idea. Okay, we'll stop for today, and I'll think about this and come with a solution tomorrow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. I'll think about this and see you tomorrow.